Our first entrepreneur on the show, B. Kartish, founder and CEO of IFX. Welcome.
Hello, sir.
Welcome.
Welcome to the show, Kartish. Come. So IFX is a business somewhat into virtual reality.
Of course, you're true. It's into virtual reality and computer graphics. You can get virtual reality products and services from our end. We have categorized our clients into various sectors, like entertainment sector, space and research, and then into education sectors. Okay. When it comes to entertainment sector, we can go for the ad films in the next level. Sure. Gaming, of course, 3D virtual gaming has not been much more familiar, and we are borrowing all the technologies which is used from the Western countries and from the Eastern countries.
You're offering a bouquet of services. Mr. Pawar?
So, if you had to choose between these different customer categories, which is your primary customer category? Who would you like to have as your first big customer?
Sir, as an Indian, I would prefer getting into defense, sir.
So, within defense, what is the offering, okay, and to whom?
Right, sir. I mean, in India, we haven't made a manned mission yet. Manned mission to different planets and moons. So when DRDO or ISRO uses our product, they can train astronauts and they can make them to get involved in that environment.
Is it simulation kind of stuff? Yeah,
simulation. You can, not exactly that, like creating a physical environment, virtual environment by which it will act as a product service to the senses. And
how much money do you need for the first 12 months?
I spoke with the IIITB professors.
Yeah.
They told me that they will fund me 25 lakhs initially to go about with the seed funding.
So if you have 25 lakhs, are you ready to work for the first 12 months and do something with it, or you need more?
No, sir. Definitely I will do so.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's call our next entrepreneur on the show, Nilesh R. Pedneka, who's the founder of Dreams in Cash. Come. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Shelley.
Welcome, Nilesh. Thanks.
So Dreams in Cash does some serious videography on a large scale.
So just to describe the business briefly, we started off in two segments, the B2B and the B2C segments. In the B2B segment, we cater to cost-effective video films and I will call it as a corporate video catalog for the SMEs and the MSMEs who have very limited and restricted budgets and who are shy of television advertising. On the B2C front, we make video resumes, we make video matrimonial profiles.
Which is the primary segment which excites you the most?
It's the video resumes.
So how do you reach your potential customer?
So we basically work in partnership with the leading job portals. So they offer our service to their customers or their users.
So where do you make the money? I'm guessing if there's a portal that's already getting in the traffic, they're likely to take a significant cut before they pass the business
not a
to you.
significant cut. It's like a pure rev share kind of a model. So I make my buck in that.
Thanks. We'll catch you later on the show. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks so much. Exciting business.
Onwards then to Vaidyanathan, founder and CEO of Classal Knowledge. He's joining us here on the show as the third entrepreneur today. Welcome. Come. Welcome. So we figured that you're a knowledge company, but give us details of who your customers are. Are you targeting students?
You know, a lot has been said and written about education quality, employability and all those good stuff. But when you actually go to the field and see people lose opportunity, get opportunity and go through that, that kind of changes you. Classal was started with a dream to put a permanent end to this. So if you take a student or a college, we do that by the creation of a social learning network, wherein we have technology which combines features of Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Wikipedia, combines all these things, makes it rural enabled, wherein even you can deliver it in an 800 rupee mobile phone and then take it to the masses.
How was it available to their students? From the network in the college?
From the network
or
in the college?
Or on the internet? Or?
We host it in our cloud.
And you charge only the company at the end?
I charge only the company.
So basically you're in the business of providing to companies potential employees who are better equipped than their institution would do.
That is one of our service, yes.
So is that the revenue? Where does the revenue come from?
That is one, find a fee from the company.
So that, and what else? Is there any other?
Sure. Then there is community, because we are reaching out to all these students and we monetize the community.
So how are the revenues tracking your plan?
We started our revenue go-to-market 4-5 months back. We are closing this year with 10 lakhs revenue.
Okay.
Next year, we already have commitment for 38 lakhs, and we may close it with little over a lakh, 1.5 crores.
Okay.
And then go on from there.
Pioneering spirit, a product of Lufthansa. We have with us on the show now Rajiv Karwal, founder and CEO of Milagro Business and Knowledge Solutions. And of course, our pioneer today is in focus, Rajendra Pawar. Together, they're going to assess and evaluate the 3 pitches made by the entrepreneurs and select a winner. Remember, the winner gets a Lufthansa business class return ticket to their dream destination in Europe and a mentorship by TIE. So I'm going to now leave the floor open for Rajiv to grill. Rajiv, we'll begin with Kartish.
Kartish, what exactly is your revenue as of this financial year?
We didn't make much big revenue. Like we would have crossed more than 1 lakh rupees, 1 lakh, less than 2 lakh rupees. That would have revenue. But now after 2012, we were integrating and we were working on...
So by 2015, what do you target to be your revenue?
If things goes well with the IIITB and proper team support, definitely I would have crossed more than 90 crores.
And if you don't?
I would have crossed more than 10 lakhs. Depending on the clients, we can able to judge a company's future, judge as well as predict a company's future immediately. If I handle the multimedia projects with the low-level domestic customers within South India or within India, I can only cross more than 10 lakh every year.
If you do 90 crores, good. If you don't do 90 crores, then would the idea have failed you or you would have failed the idea?
I would call it the strategies which I followed would have made me to fail it.
Nilesh, revenue and EBITDA for 11-12.
2012, end of this year, we're looking at 70 crores.
And calendar year 2011 was how much?
11 there was a gap. You know, we started in 2008.
Give me a number.
11 we were at 28 lakhs.
28 lakhs. Yeah. And what was the EBITDA?
We were, it was actually a negative EBITDA last
It was a negative EBITDA. And revenue component was from which vertical, how much out of the 28 lakhs?
So it was only from the B2B segment.
From the B2B segment. And now as you go forward, obviously the video resumes would contribute the maximum?
Yes.
So how much would the video resumes contribute in the year 2012?
So one of the leading portals, again I wouldn't like to disclose the name.
Sure.
We have signed them on with 300,000 video resumes.
To be done in the 6 months?
Yes. So my top line goes to close to around 99 crores.
Okay.
Wonderful. Hi Vaidya. What are the bottlenecks which you feel can prevent you from achieving 1.5 crores?
There's really got to be some catastrophe, because our optimistic target was around 5 crores. And then we put in, since a lot of things are new conceptually, we downgraded it and said 1.5 crores is what we can reliably make. And we are pretty confident. So far we have already signed up for 38 lakhs.
And since you started, what are the 2 or 3 assumptions which went totally wrong, and how did you adjust or how did you adapt?
It's a good question. One other thing is we said everybody would be interested because learning is something they all like. But when the reality is not everybody are interested, that's number one. Number two is the companies. Okay, the companies would be interested in being a part of the CSR, so join the ecosystem much more enthusiastically. So what we ended up finding was only around 20%. Came much more voluntarily, so we had to fine-tune the approach to create the pull factor.
Okay, 3 entrepreneurs, 3 pitches, and plenty of business analysis. Rajiv, you and Mr. Pawar have a hard task at hand, and I'm going to give you some time to think about that, and also to make your task easier. I'm going to give you what is our very objective Pioneering Spirit dashboard. Now, the dashboard has 5 parameters on which both Mr. Rajendra Pawar and Rajiv will mark our 3 entrepreneurs. These parameters are market opportunity, quality of solution or innovation, scalability, the team they're looking at, and any differentiation or unique selling point that they may have. All these parameters are going to be assessed individually on a score of 20 by Mr. Pawar and Rajiv. Each entrepreneur then gets a final score over those 5 parameters out of 100. And that is going to help us decide the winner today. So I'm going to pass on the dashboards to you and to Rajiv.
Thank you.
So I'm sure it was a tough task for both our guests here, but looks like we have finally got some scores on the card. Mr. Pawar, I'm going to request you to tell us what you think and then announce the winner on the show.
Kartish, you have a big dream. I can see that. And I think you're still at an early stage to figure out who do you really want to work for. But I guess this whole defense thing and something for the country seems to be a great passion. Nilesh, you have a very simple and straightforward idea. Your segments are very clear. What you need to do for them is very clear. And where I was trying to figure out is that while you did say you have great people, how would you articulate that capability to get a special
Cutting edge
value and a cutting edge, and how will you sustain that in a competitive sense? And whether your idea, again, the market is very clear to everyone. I think everyone's talking of employability. You built a very good team. You have the advantage of your experience. You are learning from your experiences as we go, discovering that for entrepreneurs there are a lot of pits, but there are also sudden, unexpected mountains, and you're navigating those very well. We just felt that if you look at where you all are and how you've navigated so far, then our choice for the winner is Vaidya.
So congratulations, Vaidya. Classel is the winner today on the show.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to our winner. May I now request Axel Hilgers, Director South Asia at Lufthansa German Airlines, to come and present a Lufthansa business class return ticket to the winner. Welcome,
Thank
Axel.
you. Congratulations. Thank you. We are delighted to see you emerge as a real pioneer of tomorrow, and it's a pleasure of Lufthansa to present you a Lufthansa business class ticket to Europe.
Thank you.
So we wish you all the best for the future and have a safe flight.
Thank you.
So I'm also going to request Mr. Hilgers to present a special memento to our pioneer today on the show, Rajendra Pawar.
And obviously you get a personalized historic model of our A380.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Please, and we wish you all the best for the future.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
Well, as you can see, our winner today has also taken his place on the Pioneering Spirit leaderboard. The excitement is likely to continue to build up as new faces come in and then joust to be in the grand finale. The final winner will be awarded an entrepreneurial program at Cambridge University, aptly called Ignite, courtesy Kinan Partners. Thank you all, gentlemen, for being with us here on the show, and all the very best to our winner today. Hope to see you in the finals. With that, it's a wrap on this episode of Pioneering Spirit, a product of Lufthansa. Do remember to give us your feedback on the Lufthansa India Facebook page, and we will see you same time next week. Till then, goodbye and thanks for watching.